Hey there, thanks for joining me at the Wallace Family Homestead. My name is Amanda. Tonight I'm going to be sharing a chili recipe with you that has been in my family for ages. It's a little on the sweeter side, and I know everybody does their chili a little differently, so I thought this would be a good recipe to share. I'm also going to be making cornbread and spiced honey butter to go with it. To save some time, I went ahead and cooked my meat before I started filming. I just browned it and added some salt and pepper. You can use whatever kind of meat you prefer in this recipe, really. You can use ground beef, ground turkey. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you can use a meat alternative like TVP or vegan beef crumbles. And then I went ahead and started chopping the veggies that I'm going to saute. This is a pretty big pot of chili, so I used about 5 cloves of garlic. If you're not a huge garlic fan, don't use that much or omit it completely. Next, I diced half of this very large yellow onion, but you could use a whole medium-sized onion instead, if that's what you have. Don't worry about your onions being all exactly the same size. This is a rustic dish, and the onions will break down significantly when they start to cook. So pull the seeds out of your green pepper. I diced this entire green pepper for this recipe. Next, I chopped up about 10 to 12 Roma tomatoes. I like the flavor of a fresh tomato broken down in my chili, but you could absolutely use a can or two of diced tomatoes in this recipe if you want it to be just a little bit easier. Add your garlic, onions, and green pepper into a preheated skillet with a little bit of butter or oil of your choice, and then add salt and pepper. Next, we're gonna throw in our chopped tomatoes and get those cooking so they can start to break down. Once your tomatoes have broken down and are pretty saucy, go ahead and add your meat. Next, I add in about half a cup of tomato paste. Tomato paste has a really deep, rich tomato flavor, and it just really adds something to this dish. Next, we're gonna add our beans. I don't really love a really bean-heavy chili, so I add in about 2 16-ounce cans of kidney beans, and then 4 16-ounce cans of tomato sauce. Then we're gonna add 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar and about 4 tablespoons of chili powder, and stir that in. Now we'll just cover and let this simmer while we work on our cornbread. We're gonna start by adding 1 1/4 cup of milk to our dry ingredients. Cornmeal, flour, sugar, salt, and baking soda, and I will add the exact amounts in the description below. Stir your dry ingredients together and then make a little well for your wet ingredients. So add in your milk and then 1/3 of a cup of oil. Once your ingredients are well combined, go ahead and add them to your pan. You could do this in like an 8x8 pan or a 9-inch round cake pan. I ended up using 2 parchment lined loaf pans. I like to use parchment to guarantee that it comes right out of the loaf pan easily. You're going to bake this for 20 to 25 minutes on a preheated 400-degree oven. Mine only took about 20 minutes. And then just check it with a skewer or a toothpick to make sure it's completely baked in the center. Next, my favorite part of this entire recipe, the spiced honey butter. We are going to use an entire stick of softened butter, a teaspoon of cardamom, and half a teaspoon of allspice. These spices go really, really well together, and they're amazing with the cornbread. We're gonna add, I think I show here that we added 1 tablespoon of honey, but I think it was closer to, I think I ended up adding a little extra later on. So it was about 1.5 tablespoons. And then just stir that all together. While the cornbread was baking, I got all of our chili toppings ready to go. We like sour cream, chives, and cheese in our chili. What do you guys like to put in your chili? Drop us a comment below. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss our future videos. Stay humble, be kind, and God bless.